As I've been saying for a while, I'm definitely in the mood to broaden out the list of titles I have on my game shelf, especially with some indie releases. You know how much I like to look at smaller films out there, and smaller, whether those be films or TV projects, but stuff within the entertainment sphere. With video games, there's a lot of indie releases, and some of which have appeared very good. Let's see where SINUCAATTACK fits. This is a relatively new release, as I understand. Well, actually, it came out last year. It's new to me, but today is the first time I'm actually hearing about it. But this is as I said, I don't know the studio behind it, but PlayStation refers to it as an indie release. Sorry, they've got some prestige within that area. This is what it says according to their YouTube channel for what you can expect. Cleverly crafted indie platform puzzler SINUCAATTACK arrives on consoles, bringing its unique blend of pool ball physics and 2D platforming to new players worldwide. Choose your character, customize your cue stick, and leap into a series of fast-paced room escape puzzles where pool balls are your greatest weapons. With each room you enter, challenges get increasingly complex, introducing new stage gimmicks to manipulate and obstacles to overcome. Ricochet your shot off the floor and ceiling and walls to activate switches and open doors. Or even use jetpacks, to reach new heights as stages go vertical. But watch out for pitfalls and be careful not to trap yourself inside. You might be thinking as you read the synopsis, that's not pool as I envision the game. This is a very different take. And I was going to say, thinking of different pool ball apps and digital games I've played in the past that sort of simulate that pool ball feel. I mean, I started playing pool when I was very young. My grandparents owned a pool table, so I was playing pool like 3 or 4 years old. This is very different, I would imagine, for most of us in my mom's side of the family who've grown up playing pool, and he made that a holiday tradition while we were gathering together. It's been several years since, but I would imagine this would, for all of us, be very fresh, this SINUCAATTACK take. I don't know where this is going, but, I mean, does pool normally use jetpacks? Probably not. I think, obviously they feature the cue sticks and the pool ball, so there are some familiar elements, but it's going to be, this game is oriented very differently. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the launch trailer for this, and of course I'm sure we'll go more of a discussion with it after, especially since this game seems very unusual to what we think of in terms of mainstream pool. But definitely fit for an original, in regard to its indie prestige, so let's give this a look and see how it plays out. Yep, they're the pool balls. Okay, the cue stick. Definitely a different way of shooting pool balls. Are those like the holes that they're supposed to be? Okay, so we got a pool ball. I guess we're trying to evade or shoot. This might be a harder game to figure out. I'm trying to follow it. So you're basically shooting pool balls every which way. But if this were abiding by the rules of pool, there's the jetpack use. Kind of announced ahead of schedule from what the caption said. If we're playing by pool rules, where's the white pool ball for every ball you hit? I mean, it's a clever idea. Make pool original. It's like an older game feel too, like some of the oldest games you can think of. It is, I believe, only available, I guess, on PS4. So when they say rides on console, well, they write that in singular form, so I imagine they were just saying only on PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation yet. My ambition was to get a PlayStation 4, but at this point I didn't end up getting it on time, and I guess I should just get a PlayStation 5, because I've already looked at a couple of the exclusives. I'm like, well, and there's a couple other games too that have some design features that I want for PlayStation or certain content exclusives, but PlayStation... If anybody has a suggestion on where to find one for a cheaper price, I'm not paying upwards of $800 for a PlayStation. There's just no way. And I know this, for whatever reason, I think it has to do with the production over 2020 and just extrinsic factors. But it's just so hard to find one that's not expensive. It's I would rather save money. I know it's already pricey, at $500 standard retail price, but I only have so much money. I mean, everybody does right now. We're limited. I don't have $800 to throw out willy-nilly for a console that, should be half the price. But as far as the game goes, I mean, this might be one I end up waiting on. Well, obviously, if I have to wait for a PlayStation, but I would be open to at least trying it. I mean, again, it's not the pool ball that I'm familiar with, so it's very different. But at the very least, I'd be willing to humor the possibility that I become a fan of SINUCA's take on it. I don't know. And for those of you who are familiar with pool, maybe this is a first look for you too. I can imagine this is a bit deterring. Like, not what I expected for a pool ball game. There are many other options if you're looking for, something a little more familiar within the mobile space. I mean, there's even a texting option you can use like on iPhones. Or it's like some adjacent program. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts of SINUCAATTACK? Now, I am covering this a bit late. Apologies for that, but, this just, I guess, got buried on the list over time. For those of you who are familiar with the game and you've tried it, would you recommend it to pool ball players? And would you say for us, it's easy to follow? Because I'm looking at this going, it's a bit different from what I'm used to. Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are as well down below. Maybe as well for new players out there, maybe your first-time viewers. What is your thought of SINUCAATTACK? What is your general impression? Is this a game that you would immediately be like, hey, it's an indie release? Maybe you're like me, you're like, I want to try out original stuff in the indie market. There's a lot of that. Or you're just kind of like, I'm going to stick with mainstream pool. Either's, I'm sure, fine. It's up to your subjective taste, I guess. I'd be willing to try it. If I ever do, granted, whenever I get a PlayStation again, that's pertinent to this. I will feature gameplay on my gameplay channel. Link for that's down below. It's the TCGN link. It'll be a long time if I ever feature SINUCAATTACK gameplay. But long story short, I think the game is very original in its execution. I like the design overall. It's, again, it has that older aesthetic of a game like generations past. It kind of has that music too. It's going to be a bit of a getting used to experience. But it looks fun. It looks adventurous, and it's very unique in its vision. I'd be willing to at least humor the possibility that SINUCAATTACK is a strong release from a developer that I'm not as familiar with yet, but I'm sure with this game, I can then say in the future, if any other future projects come up, that I will be, used to. Maybe if they're this out of the box from, mainstream games, and they just kind of adapt it in their own way, maybe it'll be a never getting used to experience the next time a never game for them rolls around. I don't know, but SINUCAATTACK, might have entertainment value. We'll see with time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.